Is Muhammad Ali the greatest all-around boxer of all time? Let's get into it. Real Talk Boxing back at you again. What's good, YouTube fight fans all around the world? It's your boy, Real Talk Boxing, back at you again. So check this out. I'm going to tread lightly because I don't want to show any type of disrespect for one of the greatest of all times. One of the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. So, was Muhammad Ali the best all-around fighter of all time? Now, hear what I'm saying, y'all. All around. I really want you to pay attention to what I'm saying before you start jumping down my throat, because a lot of us watch this channel, watch these videos, and it's like they're watching two different videos. I state certain things in the video, and people come at me like that's not what I stated. So really pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm not downing or disrespecting Muhammad Ali whatsoever. So I got a question for you guys. Was he the greatest all-around fighter of all time? And here's what I mean about that. Today, I did research. I watched about 6 different fights. 6 different freaking fights. All kinds of highlights, interviews of Muhammad Ali. Okay? And I was trying to see if my opinion and what I was seeing was factual. So here's what I gathered in my research today. Now, let me go back. The first boxing tape, VHS tape, by the way, that's how far back we're going, that I ever owned was given to me by one of my uncles by the name of Uncle Herb. And it was a Muhammad Ali VHS tape, excuse me. And it had about 2 hours and 30 minutes of footage, highlights, interviews, all kinds of stuff with Muhammad Ali. So he was really the first boxer I was ever introduced to. So that's how far I go back with Muhammad. And at the time I was probably 11 or 12 years old. I'm 41 now. Do the math. But I always noticed something about Muhammad Ali. 2 things that he did not do or utilize, and I never knew why. I never understood why. Well, I understand somewhat. Let's just say this before I get started. Muhammad Ali is the best stay-away, range, distant fighter that ever lived. Hands down, I don't care what anybody says. Sticking the jab, dancing, movement, using the ring, angles, footwork. Nobody better. Nobody better. But there's 2 things that he didn't do, and I don't know why. Number 1, he never fought on the inside. Factual. Never. If you got remotely too close to Muhammad Ali, he would reach out, grab the back of your neck, and pull you in. I've seen it time and time again. Saw it today time and time again. Another thing he did not do, he neglected the body. Out of the 6 full fights that I watched today, and I particularly watched 2 of them for a reason, because he fought 2 inside fighters that had very familiar styles. I watched all 3 fights with Joe Frazier, and I watched both the fights with Jerry Quarry. Jerry Quarry and Joe Frazier had a similar style. Joe Frazier was a lot better. He was faster. Joe Quarry's punch output was a lot lower than Joe Frazier's, but they had a similar style. Hooks, round punch, duck and under. Okay? Those are inside fighters. And who gave Muhammad Ali problems? Who did Muhammad Ali say at the end of, I want to say, the 3rd fight, maybe the 2nd fight? Joe Frazier is the greatest fighter in the world next to me. He said fighting Joe Frazier brings him closer to feeling like death. So, why is that? I believe it's because Joe Frazier was such a good inside fighter. So why didn't Muhammad Ali fight on the inside? Why didn't he throw body shots? You got to ask yourself this. Number 1, is it because he couldn't? He was no good at it? Or number 2, he felt like he didn't have to because his outside game was so superior. Which one was it? Anyone can choose. Anyone can choose. And I can't say it's because he couldn't fight on the inside, because I never seen him fight on the inside. Even when he fought Foreman, he laid on the ropes and let Foreman just pound on him. Ali never fought on the inside with Foreman. Now don't get him mistaken. Fighting on the inside and fighting toe-to-toe is totally different. Now Muhammad Ali's gone toe-to-toe with a lot of fighters, but that's not necessarily fighting on the inside. He finds his range. He places himself in a position of where he catches you on the end of his punches. Plus, he's more than likely, and I'm just gonna say it, fastest heavyweight of all time. Fastest. He had the fastest heavyweight hands I've ever seen on any heavyweight. But see, Muhammad Ali wasn't that big. The fighters in his era, heavyweight-wise, weren't that big either. Muhammad Ali never weighed in, until he got older, over 215 pounds? Maybe 213, 212. Even Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier I was bigger than Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier weighed in at what? 200, 209, 210. Jerry Quarry, he weighed under. In their first fight, Jerry Quarry weighed 197 pounds. So the heavyweights back then weren't that big. In some of Muhammad Ali's early fights, he looked like he was a light heavyweight. But there was a lot of things that he did well. But fighting on the outside was the best. But the inside game was not there. And I don't know why. I can't say he couldn't fight on the inside because I never seen him fight on the inside. But he neglected the body. You never seen hardly any body shots. If you don't believe me, go watch the fights. Just watch any fight. And see if you can count over more than 10 body shots a fight. Not a round, a fight. Now this is not a knock on Muhammad Ali. But I'm asking, was he the best all-around fighter in the world? Well, those two things are important. Fighting on the inside and body shots. But I can't really judge him on that, like I said. I can on the body shots. He neglected body shots, and that's something that I think would have upped his level, throwing body shots. But it's not what he did. Maybe that just wasn't his style. But I've seen a lot of other fighters, other great fighters, do what he does. Not as sufficiently, though. Fight on the outside, but also can fight on the inside. And another thing Muhammad Ali lacked was punching power. He didn't have punching power, accumulated punches. And if he knocked you down, it was because of the punch you didn't see. He had fast hands. He would clip you with punches you didn't see. I remember watching Ali Frazier 2. Ali caught Frazier with a cross, man, so fast, Frazier didn't know what happened. By the time Frazier got hit and raised his head back up, he didn't know why he was wobbling. He was just dancing. And he didn't even know why. Because he don't even remember getting hit by the punch. It was so fast. We're talking all around. All around. Complete arsenal. Speed, power, movement, inside game, defense, counter punching, all around boxing. There's 2 or 3 fighters that I think were the best all-around fighters. We're going to get to that in another video. But I want to ask you guys, respectfully and humbly, did Muhammad Ali have an all-around fight game? Or was he good enough at what he did that he did not have to do anything else but what he did, and what he did great? Was effective on the outside. Hand speed, footwork, ring generalship. Was that enough? I'm asking a question. Was that enough? Because I'm not sure. But I know this. He is one of the greatest of all times. But there was a couple of things that he just did not do. Leave me your opinion. Let me know what you think and why he didn't fight on the inside or threw next to no body shots whatsoever. Let me know. As always, man, respect all, fear none. God bless. Stay up, stay respectful. Keep God first. Real Talk Boxing out.